is the magic number, right?
Hello, everybody. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
It's April.
Off with that one.
Oh, no. It's a new year. It's a new year for us doing this.
You're correct. I'm sorry. It just a
Eek.
long one already.
Yeah, it is definitely. Yeah, we're already in April. Happy 420, everybody.
Well,
For those of you that are not into the 420 spirit, you are on a 420 based phone call.
Steve, you're very much confusing me today. First,
do you see how he's dressed? He looks like Musk.
Thanks, Murray. I am in the beautiful town of Albuquerque. That was probably the only time that was said today.
Okay, yep, let's go. Oh, good afternoon, everyone. Can you hear us?
Hello.
Yes.
Okay, great. Thank you all for joining our April 2nd meeting of the Medical Marijuana Testing Advisory Committee. My name is Victor Waddell with ADHS here. I've got Megan Whitby with me as well, and also Kim Crawford from ADHS as well. So thank you all for taking the time to join us today. We really appreciate your input on this committee. Moving forward, I'm going to take a roll call for confirmation of quorum. So if I call out your name, please unmute yourself and let me know that you're there. Okay, I'll start with Maxwell Lung. Maxwell, are you there?
Here, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now. Thank you.
Thank you.
Murray Stein.
Present.
Thank you, Murray. Timothy Nolan.
Present.
Thank you, Tim. Connor Griffith. Connor, we can see you there. Hopefully you can hear us.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, thank you. Steve Cottrell.
Hello.
Thank you, Steve. Matt Lascala.
Present.
Thank you, Matt. Joe Domena.
Here.
Thank you, Joe. Jay Neary. I don't hear Jay, or I don't see him online. Okay, I'm going to mark Jay absent. Elizabeth Brady. Elizabeth Brady, we don't see her online either. I'm going to mark her absent. Zhonghua Xiong. Zhonghua Xiong, we don't see you online. So we're going to mark you absent as well. Victor Hugo Ramos Sanchez.
Yeah, here.
Thank you, Victor. Ty Garber. We don't see Ty online, so we're going to mark him absent. David Scott, our new member.
I'm here. Thank you.
Thank you, David. We have Ahmed Munshi.
Here.
Thank you, Ahmed. And I believe that is all our positions. We still have 2 vacancies, one or just one. So we have registered dispensary agent.
The license.
Actually licensed healthcare provider. So we have 2. So if you know anyone who might be interested in filling those positions, please have them reach out, contact us, so that we can see if they'd be applicable to be part of the council. So I believe we've got more than a quorum, which is very good. Thank you all for attending. We can proceed. So I'll just start out, as this is our first meeting of the year, and just do a quick review of our council's charge. So according to our ARS 36-28 21C, the advisory council shall annually review the marijuana testing programs under this chapter and chapter 28.2 of this title, and on or before the second Monday in January of each year shall submit to the President of the Senate, the Speaker of the House of Representatives, the Health and Human Services Committee chairpersons of the Senate and the House of Representatives, and the Department of Health Services a report that does not disclose any identifying information, and that includes at least the following. First, an assessment as to whether an analyte should be removed from the required statutory testing panel. Secondly, the number of statements of deficiencies relating to testing that were issued to each non-profit medical marijuana dispensary, third-party independent lab, marijuana establishment, and marijuana testing facility in the preceding year. Also, the remediation efforts made to address each deficiency and the resolution of each statement of deficiency. The information may not disclose any identifying information, but shall delineate the information. And finally and thirdly, any other recommendations on improving the testing programs. And so with that, we'll get into our next item on the agenda. You'll see we had Murray presenting, but that is being moved to the next council meeting. So we'll skip over that one, and we'll go straight to Steve Cottrell, who's going to present on and discuss terpene testing. Steve? I'll turn it to you.
Good afternoon, everybody. Yeah, I don't have anything to present at this time, but and I know this is kind of we're playing the record over again from last year, but as we move forward in this industry, one thing we're starting to hear from the senior administration out of Washington, D.C. is that they are looking at, concentrates and things like that, and the potential negative effects from those. One of the things that is very relevant and incredibly important to cannabis and the experience from cannabis is the terpenes that are in the plant. And for far too long, for thousands of years, terpenes and flavonoids, which is aromatherapy, has been utilized as medicine. We're really doing ourselves a disservice by not addressing the terpenes as something we need to be looking at. In many cases across the state of Arizona, the potency race is real, where people won't buy something if it's too low of a potency. I have to have the highest potency. I have to have the highest this. I have to have the highest that. Many people, across all retail stores are fighting this dilemma. And this issue of high potency goes away if we start looking at terpenes and the effects that terpenes create from the plant. The effects seen from certain terpenes, let's just say alpha pinene is a bronchial dilator. So when you're walking through the forest, you can all breathe a lot deeper and a lot clearer. That's because the alpha pinene terpene is present in the environment. It's a bronchial dilator. These are things that are critical for people to understand. And I know this is it's not a burdensome increase in costs to the dispensaries. I believe it's a much more effective form of teaching the customers and the patients on how to use this medication. And it's just another, shall I say, spotlight on another potential benefit to this plant. And I feel that, you know, I know that we discussed this last year, and I did read it in the final report, but it was just a little 25-word line that just said we should do terpene testing. I really feel that this is something that needs to be highlighted a lot more. And this could also take the high potency products and lower those high potency products, because we're not looking at the highest potency. We're now looking at the terpenes and the terpene effects that come from these products. That was what I had to say. And I know as we get into this a little bit further on down the line, we will have presentations and we can look at more scientific data as to why terpenes are important, and they should be, we should consider adding this to a mandated, the mandated list.
Okay, thank you for those comments, Steve. Anyone have any questions or additional comments for Steve?
I just have one comment to add on that. I'm excited about going down that road for this council. I think it represents a real opportunity to empower medical patients and recreational customers to have a better understanding of the products that they're purchasing, rather than kind of relying on the old myths of indica, sativa, hybrid, you know. So I'm really excited about empowering patients and everyone else with more ways to learn what products are going to affect them the best. And so just wanted to put that in the record. Looking forward to having this discussion further.
Okay, thank you, Joe. Anyone else? Any other comments or questions? Okay, well, thank you for that, Steve. We look forward to more conversations around this topic. Okay, our next item on the agenda is our cannabis sativa testing workshop at ASU, and I believe this is Maxwell is going to talk about and share this with us. Maxwell, I'll turn it over to you.
Hello. Okay, so we have a couple of slides. So, okay, yeah, thank you so much. I think you can see half of it. Maybe let's zoom it out a little. Okay, maybe a little bit more. Okay, all right. So thank you. Yeah, thank you so much. So I want to talk about a workshop that we are organizing at ASU West Valley campus. You know, like next month. You know, cannabis sativa testing workshop. You know, like first of all, I want to thank the sponsorship, you know, of the you know, like Department of Health Services, you know, like to, you know, like allow us to make this happen. The purpose of this workshop is twofold. So first of all, we are developing this workshop to serve as a workforce development program. You know, like primarily to prepare students, you know, like to work in the cannabis, biotech, and analytical industry, because you know, obviously, you know, like we are all, you know, expert in this field, but you know, like for students who are graduating from college, you know, who are interested to work in our sector, you know, like they have very little, you know, idea about what, you know, cannabis analytical industry is like. So that's the reason why we developed this workshop. The person showing, you know, like in the picture is my colleague, Tom Cahill, who is another co-instructor of this workshop. and we are hoping, to prepare, the student, as potential, worker, in this industry, so that's the first objective. The second objective is to actually provide this as a resource for industry participants who are working, let's say in the dispensary or on the production side, but just want to learn a little bit more about, what the cannabis analysis and also regulation work, because, we have a lot of expertise here on this call today. And we actually receive a couple of referrals from member of this council, we actually have 12 applicants, and then we basically just, with the support of the department, we just, approve all of their application. So I would like to thank, all the referral and all the support from a member of this council. Can you please move to the next slide? Okay, so what are we going to talk about in this workshop? So there are two components in this workshop. The first component is the laboratory section. So the laboratory section is going to be run similar to our cannabis environmental health seminar that I believe you all have seen the communication out earlier this semester. We would have a total of 4 sections, and that cover the Arizona's cannabis testing requirement, the difference between potency testing and contaminant evaluation, instrumentation, equipment, and infrastructure. That include the theory, some basic theory of gas chromatography, liquid chromatography, LC triple quad. And also we would have a section that talk about, quality control and data submission, from the practice side of things, not just the theory, but also someone who is working in a cannabis testing lab, how is QC and data submission is done. And we would also cover some of the common violations cited by DHS. So this is the lecture section. So which would be broadcast on Zoom, when we finalize the schedule, we are going to post it. This would, this lecture would be available live between May 12th to May 15th. Now, also we have a wet lab section. So wet lab section is basically, as I say, the applicants who have sent in application. So they will be attending the laboratory training section, at ASU West. I believe some of you, who are on this council have already visited our facility. For those who have not, we welcome you guys to come over and visit. For the interest of time, we are only going to focus on GCMS. So we have pesticide and solvent residue analysis, GCMS maintenance, and also mass hunter software training. Now we understand that this is just one of the, one of the 4 major instruments that are used, in cannabis analytical lab. But because of the interest of time, we will hope that next year, when we run again, we would have more time to run this. Definitely, we will probably need more than 5 days. But for the purpose of the training, we will focus only on GCMS at the bench. And then for the lecture part, we'll cover everything, GCMS, LCMS, IPCMS, all of that. Next slide, please. Oh yeah, is there a question? Maybe I should just pause and yes. Okay, so just feel free to stop me if there are any questions. Okay, so who is going to teach this workshop? Okay, so I will be one of the co-instructor, and other co-instructor is Tom Cahill. I believe many of you in the council have already interact with an analytical chemist who happen to train a lot of a couple of cannabis lab operator in Arizona. We just find out after we start working on this, which is quite interesting. And we also have Sam People, who is a analytical chemistry instructor. So this is the instructor team from ASU. And just to balance, the instruction, because this is not a academic exercise. We want to have both the industry and also the compliant, public health compliant aspect to it. So we invited Dr. Cindy Orser, who is a industry consultant. I believe some of you would have known him, like from the your area of work as well. She's a consultant to help people to set up cannabis lab in different states. And is also, very generous in helping us to put together. She'll give a section on the first day, like to talk about Arizona cannabis industry. That is mostly for the student or any attendant who assume into this workshop that do not have an idea how the cannabis industry is like in Arizona. This is, like we're very excited about and presentation. And also Mary will also talk about two sections. One section is about the compliance testing regulation, like from like the compliance for DHS regulation, and also the common violation. Okay, so that would be on Monday and Thursday. And then we also invited Stephen from Cation Lab, just to provide a balance of how is it like, like from the operator side of things. Like so we will have this instructor and guest speaker who will contribute to the four lecture sections that are available on Zoom. I've got one more slide. Yeah. Okay, so maybe let's zoom out a little bit. This is kind of like a back slide here. Okay, so last but not least, we have a biotechnology and analytical business lab for cannabis sativa on the last day of the workshop. So some of you might ask, okay, why there's a business lab in a cannabis testing workshop here? The reason why is that the purpose of the workshop is to develop workforce for cannabis analysis, in Arizona. So we are just teaching students how to do analytical chemistry in the lab. Like in my opinion, is insufficient. The reason why is I believe like for business owner, like many of you on this call, you don't want to have someone that just know the technical aspect of cannabis testing, but also have some idea about the business side of things. So with this, we reach out to the W.P. Carey School of Business at ASU. Their newest unit, the School of Technology, Innovation, and Entrepreneurship, which is also based at ASU West. They will run a business workshop at 1 p.m. on Friday. So this is open to public. So, like for those of you who are available at that time, I encourage all of you to attend. This is really a opportunity for, the student to meet, like all the stakeholders, like some of you, make hiring decisions, like in your company, this is a great opportunity for the student to meet many of you. And also, this is also a opportunity for students to look into cannabis biotech and analytical lab, like from a business side of things. So there are three components in this business lab. The first component is the small and medium-sized business roundtable. So we have invited Pathogen DX, so they make microarray, so it's more specialized analytical technology for cannabis testing. Edivet, which is a company specializing in CBD product in dogs and cats. And also, Cation Lab. The idea of this workshop is first, to have each of the company to talk about kind of different aspect of different kind of business, like, in the space of cannabis, biotech, and analytical service. And also, and we also have a section that is going to be run by the W.P. Carey School of Business, our colleagues at Thai. We asked each of the company to respond to a survey, and we are developing a business case for each company. And basically what we would do is that, we would expect, including, students who are in this workshop, and also the students who are at WP Carey. So those are business school students who, are interested in this. And also many of you at the workshop, we would break down the whole workshop attendance. We were expecting probably anywhere between 30 to 50 people, depending on who was attending in the group. And then each of the group will work on a business case that our business school colleagues have prepared based on the material that are provided by this company. So, just to not only to give students an idea, kind of what are the, it can be something that are related to the logistics or related to marketing. Okay, so just to give students an idea what problem people would face, running, a company. And also, to provide, create, create an opportunity for networking as well, because we hope that the group, will actually come up with some, solution that, this, that our colleagues at business school and also these industry participants have raised. And last but not least, this is something that I'm still working, but I'm organizing a happy hours at the end of the workshop. As always, if you come to ASU, I will try to feed you. Usually it's pizza, but that's something I'm working at the moment. But May 16, 1 to 4 p.m. for the workshop, 5 p.m. for the happy hour. So this is like how we are going to do on the last day. Again, this is open to public. So, if any of you who are available, who know friends that, are interested in this, please encourage them. That's all I have. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Maxwell. We appreciate you sharing that very interesting workshop with us, and I'm sure all the council members, if they have folks that are interested, will certainly let them know. And did you say again, Max, well, that the number of participants was the first slide 18 for the workshop, or is there more than that can participate?
The wet lab participant, still to the limitation of the lab, how many people we have. We basically are taking this year we're taking 12 students that have applied. The lab section is open to public. So basically, if you guys are available at that time, we will provide a Zoom link, for you all to Zoom in. And also the business workshop, we haven't announced it yet because we are still finalizing some details. But that workshop, we have much larger capacity because we are not doing lab work. I mean, that is a business, a round table plus, a business case discussion. So I think we can probably hold like 60, 70 people. If you all come, then we would, fit as many people as we can in the room. Yes.
Okay, great. Thank you, Maxwell. And also it looked like from your first slide as well, this is all free of charge to everyone.
Right.
So no
Correct.
fee for participating, which is excellent.
Yeah.
Okay, well, anyone on the council have any questions for Max?
Max, this is Steve. How many of these have you had now? This is your third one, is that correct?
This is actually our first one.
Oh, like this?
This is our first time doing laboratory training. Because we actually have been running seminar for the past few years, in the most recent one, we have the support from the department, and then with that, we can actually do it in the lab, to actually train students, how to handle. We will be using industrial ham as a matrix for training purpose. And this is the first time we run it. Yeah.
Okay. I attended one of Max's or Maxwell's clinics that they put on about 6 or 7 months ago, or maybe it was over the summer. Was it late year?
Like October.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, and I found it very informative. So for those of you that maybe have staff that would like to learn more about cannabis, it's a pretty good venue to learn more about it.
Victor, go ahead. Do you have a question?
Yes, I mean, more than a question is like, yeah, the workshop looks great. I'm probably gonna reach out by email to you, Max. I would like to talk more about like how to like, work on the workforce for this area.
Mm.
And since I'm teaching analytical chemistry and instrumental analysis, how can I incorporate some of these topics within my lab and also within my lectures?
Right. Absolutely. Yeah, Victor, I know you are, like from fact staff. If you want to visit, like on those days, like we can, like we can, like arrange it, because we definitely wanted to show you, you are like a couple hours, away, and we can arrange. Maybe if you want to stay over, in hotel or something like that, we can arrange that. Yeah, just let us know, we can do it smart. Yeah, happy to talk more about, like any way to collaborate. Yeah.
Thanks, Max.
Right.
Okay, any other last questions for Max? Okay, I don't hear any more questions. Thank you very much for presenting that, Max, and good luck with the workshop. Hopefully some of us can attend and be part of it. We appreciate you forward.
I have one more. I have one more comment. So we have let me see. So I just put in a link on the chat. So all the past seminar from this year, we start to post it on Vimeo. So like if any of you are interested to revisit like some of the seminar, or in case you miss it, you can watch some of those recording online. Just in case if any of you are interested and happen to miss the seminar earlier. Yeah.
Thanks, Max. And we will take note of that link as well, since it's in the chat, and make sure that we post it for any other members of the public that might be interested. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Okay, I believe we've hit the end of our agenda. This meeting wrap up at this point. Short meeting today. And so just let me take a few seconds to thank David Scott, who's our newest member, who joined today. And he is the owner of an Arizona-based cannabis testing lab. So thank you for joining today, David. We look forward to having you in future meetings as well. I'd also like to mention that we still have 2 open positions on the council, again, for a registered dispensary agent and also for a licensed healthcare provider. So again, if any of you know anyone that might fit those roles, please have them contact us here, and we'd be happy to see if they meet the criteria to be on the council. And as always, we've got to make sure we meet a quorum. A few times last year we didn't, and so thank you all for taking the time to join today. We had more than a quorum, which is excellent. And so with that, I believe our next meeting, Fabiola will reach out to you guys and see a good date for our next meeting. We'll do that online. And again, if anyone has any items that they would like to bring before the council and put on the next agenda, please let us know ahead of time, and we can make sure that we incorporate those on our next agenda. And with that, with no more business for the council, I'll call for a motion to adjourn.
Seconded.
Okay, all those in favor, please say aye.
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 Okay, council is adjourned. Thank you all for taking the time to join today. Have a good rest of your day, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you all.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.